And we are back with more shenanigans in this lovely game, Shadowrun. Nothing personal.
Oh boy.
Don't say it.
Shenanigans shall be had. So.
What's funny?
Nothing. Just the conversation we were having right before we
Nothing.
went live.
No snakes or gooses in this conversation. No way.
All right, that's fair.
Okay. So, we will go on, I suppose, to meet Grant Lusker now.
What do you guys think? I think we could do either.
Nah. She probably heard it through the camera feed. Or probably microphones in the walls.
Well, right. Well, whatever he was saying out loud, yes. But the things that I heard via brain waves and like the images and
You could probably assume no.
Okay, good.
All right. So, do we go ahead and go meet Grant Lusker? Get yourself a Yakuza favor for awesome stuff.
I feel like Yakuza Favor is a good way to start. That way we know if we have to get violent. And hopefully it's in the bad the bad neighborhood.
Well, you never know what you could use that Yakuza favor for, and having favors with the Yakuza is a nice thing. So, we'll go ahead and meet Grant Lusker then in that case. Now, this is where we're going to start really opening up our plot point potential. And
Even more? What?
Even more.
I don't think my body can handle it.
Okay, so what we'll do here is I sort of lost the turns, so we're going to go ahead and reset back to Bub for the first turn. And the reason I say that is because, Bub, you were slated to describe the restaurant slash bar slash whatever club he's in. You get to describe that, the scene you're in, and how you meet him. Unless you guys want to have a roll-off.
Whoa, okay, this person that we're meeting is Grant Lusker.
Grant Lusker. He is a Johnson for the Shinsaku family Yakuzas. He goes out, hires Shadowrunners for them.
Okay. Alright.
He's greedy. That's pretty much what you know.
Sure. Okay, so this particular venue that Mr. Lusker has attended is
some fun since I have the map.
Widely known as a cyber bar.
A cyber bar?
A cyber bar. Mr. Lusker is a dwarf that has a penchant for those with modifications.
Ooh, where's my notepad?
Sounds like my kind of place.
From Madibades?
He doesn't particularly like the au naturel style. He likes them having some modifications, and he's got a bit of a reputation for knowing how to party. He likes anything and everything, customs, downright straight off of the business line, anything that he can find. But this particular club is a cyber club, so most of the people here have effectively some kind of cyber part attached to them in one way or another. Some maybe as minor as like fingertip something or others, while some have like full body, as far as you can tell.
Okay. Now I do have a few selections of music just in case. I had no idea what kind of bar you were going to put them in. So I have some rock music, I have strip club music, I have a Native American bar music, and I had country fight music.
Let's hear your strip club music. That's what I want to hear.
Get rid of that.
Okay, alright. I'm feeling it. I'm not sure Grant's feeling it, but I am.
Alright, so you guys approach this bar. What does it look like? Where is he right now? What's going on, Lee? You are the lead narrator for the scene, so...
Yeah, this is a three-story brick complex that has neons in the front basically coming out of each glass pane. They are smoky paned, and there are the silhouette, the visage of men and women alike dancing, casting their silhouette on the glass windows. You see a couple of vagrants outside, minding their own business. A tremendously large troll bouncer outside that has a partner. He looks to be human by nature, but no less scary. And he's checking IDs. There is a cover fee at the door.
There is a cover fee.
Checking
I'll tell you
IDs,
what,
making sure your body is modded.
That's right.
I shall spend a plot point during your narration to say that Miss Johansson has been watching where you're going because, you know, she's the stalker like that, but she knows you're going to this nice little locale for cyber people.
Okay.
And she goes ahead and sets up you with a VIP status as well as your comrades. And she says, "You can take me later, toots."
Uh,
So, you have VIP passes to get in.
Perfect.
Of course she has.
Very
VIP passes.
insistent person.
Well,
And the
do you
bouncer's
need to
just
have? I poke you, bub, and I say, do we need to have like? Do I have to be like Shay? Do I have to pretend I have something? I wear contacts. Does that count?
Yeah, no, you can go in, but you can be like someone's arm candy, you know? Unmodified to quickly turn. So if you don't mind going in, being on someone's shoulder, it probably shouldn't be a problem.
All right, I see what you're getting at. And I lean on Chord's and I'm like, wait, do I have to be passed around? Like, how do these places work?
Oh, look,
Well,
I'm actually gonna give you a marker on the Seattle map, so you can just put where it is.
All right. How about this? I'll go between each of you, so we confuse anybody who's watching. But you're my main meat man, okay?
I mean, it might send up the wrong signals. You may be approached.
Good. We
they're
can get
making
some local information about this place. That's a good idea, sir.
All right, but they might call you a bedroom free agent. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have any mattresses to sell, though.
That's fine. I don't think you need to be selling mattresses. You'll just be buying up a little space shortly.
Okay, Huss.
I'm gonna say that this is downtown. Let's see.
Move that where you want.
Yeah.
What's the bar called once you get there?
Ooh, this is
Chrome
important.
Moon.
That,
Let's
I'm gonna let you do it.
Let's
Yeah.
go to Normandy Park. Normandy Park.
All right, so you guys head on down south to get there. And the club is called?
It's called Neon Nights.
Neon Nights.
Yeah.
I like that. So head on down to the Neon Nights. Let's go and grab your players. Move you on down there.
So when we get there, I'm going to inform everyone. I never been here. I only heard about it.
You heard
What'd
about
you hear
this place
about it?
before?
Just that they prefer, if you have some kind of augment, like my Chrome. They see you as a regular. They kind of, it's like drink discounts and stuff like that, from what I've been told. But you know what? Trust me, okay? What's the worst that could happen? That's one of my
I go to
points.
one of these places. It's full of sad people. Is that right? They don't have. It's not prosthetics focused. It's more sad people.
They are very sad at first, from my understanding. But once they once they get a little bit of a liquor in them, they get very happy.
That's not what happens.
Well, if you happen to find someone else's hands on you, you need to decide right away if you like it or you don't, because they will quickly move to the next point.
I don't like that.
I might like it.
Oh, Bub, I gotta admit, I like your name of the bar than the one I came up with before we switched this to Anarchy, because I was gonna call it 2 to go.
Oh!
That's good.
But I like Neon Knights better. Okay. Tell you what, why don't you guys roll your perception, the little eyeball inside of your character sheets. We'll practice using that a bit.
Let's do it! A 4.
You guys
Oh,
hear
I-
the you all hear the guffaw of a rowdy dwarf in the back, toward wherever the bar is, and Bub can elaborate. But then he goes, so after going back and forth about the fragging vase, finally I says to her, there ain't no animals in this doghouse but you, darling! And then the crowd around him laughs. And you don't want to get me started on a fragging soy camp machine, what she puts in there. That trick will kill you dead! And the rest of the crowd is laughing at his jokes. Just guffawing over by the bar.
Is he doing stand-up, or is he just saying this like to a bunch of people?
He's
He
sitting
just
on
has, like-
he's sitting at the bar talking to
Okay,
some
he's
people, just
Got his own
drinking,
audience.
getting drunk.
One
Alright.
second.
But
I'm happy with the description of that's what I've given thus far. I wanna make sure that they put their flavor on this. Put some stank on it. I'm gonna pass this over to Smiley.
all right.
Mm. Does he know we're coming?
No.
Oh, God.
Most people in this club don't know that you're coming, lad. But
I,
they'll find out soon. Hey.
Or
Alright.
Smiley. You can spend a plot point to arrange that he knows you're coming.
I will spend a plot point to make sure
Okay.
this happens, because...
How do you
Oh,
arrange
boy.
this? How do you arrange this? He is a Johnson after all.
I said before we left, I said, and I got a plot point for this, I think my social network has a lead somewhere. I just look up his fucking Facebook. And I'm like, hi! I'm Smiley.
You're like 2 degrees away on LinkedIn.
Yes, exactly. That's how I do it.
Well,
I'm
it is
like,
called
I
Me
set up
Feed
a
in this
meeting.
universe. It is called Me Feed in this universe.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, because MySpace was around when they fucking made it. That's the reason.
Now here's the thing, MySpace made a resurgence. That's what you don't know.
All
For
right.
it.
And he thinks I'm just. He probably thinks this is more casual than it is like. But maybe seeing Smiley in his tan suit.
He's wearing a tan
Um,
suit.
I brought a tan suit because I figured we've been it's been pretty sweaty outside.
It's rainy outside.
Yeah. And with the groupies I have, maybe this is a little bit more serious than he might think. But he said he'd make time for me and my friends. So I approach and I say, "Good evening, Mr. Lesker. My name is Smiley. These are my associates." And I introduce all of them. And I say, "We're very pleased to meet you."
Ah, frag. Look, boys, I'm off the clock. No jobs today. So buzz. And
Oh, we're not here for a job. We're here to make acquaintances.
acquaintances.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Didn't you send me that message about Shinsaku-san?
Well, of course. That's what I mean by making acquaintances. We want to be acquaintances with your associates in the Shizuku.
So he just kind of looks over at his little group of people he's got together and is like, hey, I'll catch up with you and tell you more about that little doghouse later. Go on, I'll catch up with you. And then he just sort of smacks a woman's ass as they start walking away.
Is that
He's
what
like-
you mean by putting hands on people?
Okay, look. And then he leans forward, all serious face. Nobody sees Danji-san without an introduction, lest you get your head chopped off by one of his freaking samurai people. They mean business, and for that matter, so do I. So, unless you got business with me, you ain't got no business with Mr. Tanji-san. And if you catch my shrill, chumma.
That makes sense.
I shall spend a plot point to inform Forrest Fixer. Or
No,
Smiley.
not my Grun.
So Grun.
No,
No.
not my boy.
So Grun, he realizes what kind of sort of bribery mission you were probably going to be on. He knows Grant Lester. He's probably worked
Oh,
on
that's
range
good.
jobs
That's
before.
my God. Okay.
So he's like, whatever he needs, I'll reimburse you. So pay him whatever you might want. He sends you a text that way.
I say thank you so much. I treasure you, and then I go, well, I suppose we'll have to get this arrangement fixed in an appropriate manner.
Well, how do you presume to fix that?
Well,
I could get you a little badge of introduction for, let's say 5,000 million.
I look at you guys. Did Neonet reimburse us for that? I never said we would be paying 5,000 million.
Let's see.
Your
Sorry,
fixer
what?
Grun just said he'll reimburse you.
He'll reimburse me? Of course, that sounds like a doable deal. Especially for taking time out of your storytelling that you meant to spend tonight.
I'm going to lean in and remind Smiley that we still have the VIP treatment from the entire club.
Does that mean we get free drinks?
Plot point. Yep. All we want.
Damn, son.
There you go.
Private rooms.
Yep.
It seems as though we could go somewhere where the music is soft and vibrating. And I offer to take him to a VIP booth lounge place. That's like probably on the second story, where if we need to talk about stuff more impressive, nobody will hear it. That's a plot point.
Okay. So you go up and you give him the time of his life. You probably listen to his terrible jokes, and share some drinks together. And he likes you, and he likes the fact that you probably chucked some new in his way. And he goes, all right, I'll get you one of them premium ultimate gold laced letters of introductions from yours truly. Let me go ahead and contact Mr. Tanji-san. Would you want to meet him?
As soon as possible.
So he steps up, he goes outside the room, and he makes a quick call. You can kind of hear him going, hey, I got some Shadowrunners looking to do some work with you. Yeah, no. Oh, that's still on. All right, I'll let him know. You too, sir. You too. He comes back. Well, today's your lucky day, boys.
Arigato.
Looks like Mr. Tanji-san has a job for you. So, you'll want you to meet him right away to get the details.
Let's get those deets then.
All right. Just let me finish my drink.
I
You
have
know that
probably
San
not-
is already an honorific and you don't need that a mister in front of it, right?
I have probably
I feel like you
not
should know
said
that.
4 sentences this entire time.
Chord-chan, we should really watch our step here.
Okay.
Shade-senpai, do you think we have the right stuff to must this job?
I've done a lot of stuff with Yakuza, right? We
Okay.
kind of established.
Can you plot point that? Because I'm terrified. Oh wait, I can plot point because I have a
think-
special thing.
I think we said my syndicate connection was I've done stuff for the
in
Yakuza.
general. All right,
Yeah.
so LZT, we're gonna go ahead and pass the buck to your turn.
Yeah, this makes
So-
sense.
I just wanted to to interject something in Japanese because I've probably picked up like a few words.
Is it if we're still following turn structure, it goes to Chord.
Is
is
that
it
true?
I just
Because
want
if we're
to.
done with Lesker, then
Oh.
I say we move forward. Unless we want to spend time getting drunk.
all right, so yeah,
I just wanted to respond to Smiley's question in Japanese because I probably like conversational at least some form of Japanese. So what did you say for?
I said, is this possible? Do we have the right means to do what these people want? Are they going to ask us to kill someone? Do we have to steal some sort of high-tech DVD player? Or are we going to go on a date?
I look over at Shade. Looks over at Smiley, takes his glasses down and goes, "Tarimaida, usual." Puts them back on and walks out.
Okay. And Bub, you're right, because in my thing we use for our camera or meetup thing, LZT and Speedy are backwards. So yes, it would be Chord.
Yep.
So Chord, you take the lead narration now.
I mean, is there anything else we need from him?
I don't think so.
All right. Seeing that it looks like everyone is pretty satisfied, Chord doesn't hesitate to just walk out of the bar. Once outside, he takes out his headphones and says, "All right, what just happened?" Sorry, God damn it. It's gonna take a bullet and listen to that track. And plot point.
Did you get caught up?
Oh my lord!
I look at Chord and go, "Did you get caught up in one of your mixes again?"
I wasn't about to listen to this.
By the way, Bub, I like your narration earlier. Get a plot point.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So, y'all make your way downtown to visit Mr. Shinsaku.
Yes, we do.
Alright, let's go ahead and cut this club music.
Brought to you by the tunes of Uptown Girl by Billy Joel.
I wish I could pull stuff like that up.
That's what Chord's listening to right now. No, he's not.
I don't think Billy Joel is jam.
Nah,
Billy
Chord's
Joel's
listening
on
to
his
Achy
list.
Breaky Heart.
Oh, please don't do it like this.
So,
Sorry.
Chord, do you proceed onto the Shinsakus with no incident? Or does anything interesting happen?
I don't think anything interesting happens along the way. But we're going to Shinsaku's, which is, I assume it's like Yakuza headquarters where we're going?
It is a private estate that belongs to the Shinsakus. I'm about to light it up for you.
Cool.
Let's see.
And for those of the viewers wondering, the Yakuza is considered like a business in Japan and now in the UK as well. So they actually have legit offices.
They do, and normally they have very nice ties with MCT. All right. So, you guys hop on the interstate, and you go. Drive on up to Bellevue. Chord, would you like to do anything, like any research of any kind?
I could use a reminding of what information it was that we wanted from the Yakuza in the first place.
Like stuff you want to know about the Shinsakus?
Well,
What kind of-
yeah,
I
like
guess-
Neonet sent us to the Shinsakus for a reason. I don't remember what it was anymore.
All right, so I'll just go ahead and tell you. Eliza's suggestion was, so the Yakuza, they sometimes act as enforcers for MCT if it really comes down to it. So the Yakuza, heaven forbid, would maybe be called upon to go reacquire the Izanagi program, and that would give you a cover. This guy, however, he doesn't much care for the MCT, though he wouldn't mind having a little leverage over them. Or just, anything that gets him a little more status in the Yakuza. He's an opportunist, this particular guy. He wants to rise in the ranks instead of just being one of the lowly enforcers for the Yakuza and MCT. Ugh. And he's a very traditional kind of man. That's pretty much what you know so far.
All right. Well, we're gonna make our way there. Unless you guys have anything that you think we should do beforehand.
So, Speedy, this is an excellent opportunity to practice your own storytelling chops, where you can use plot points to add little details about the Shinsaku family, about some of their structure, their position, change any minor details or include minor details in your matrix search.
Cool. Are they considered? I don't know if this is a question for me to resolve or not, but are the Shinsakus considered like a leading family in the Yakuza?
As pre-established, no, they are not that big. They're relatively small by comparison. But you could change some of the particulars, like why they might be that way.
Maybe they used to be.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So do you search and do you find?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do a little bit digging into the Yakuza, and on the Shinsaku family in particular. What comes up is a little bit interesting in that there's a decent amount of like the business that they undertake, which primarily has to do with cybersecurity and hacking. Although it seems like what exactly they do regarding cybersecurity isn't very clear. And after doing a little bit more digging, it seems like they're actually involved in a good deal of just sort of sponsoring corporate espionage.
I like it.
At least
take out the competition.
Yeah, that sort of thing. And their methods are a little bit less direct than a lot of the other Yakuza families, which is why they're not necessarily as well respected, but they're hoping to be able to regain some of that by doing something big that'll get them noticed.
Interesting.
There are also a couple little more personal details about the family that are interesting. For instance,
I shall spend a plot point for your plot point.
Okay.
By the way, make sure you spend yours.
Yeah.
So, there are a few key details that you find in this. The head of the family is Tanji Shinsaku. He does have one noted son by the name of Kanji Shinsaku. His oldest son is practically an enforcer himself. And in fact, as you had left the bar, you did get a small info packet from your own fixer mentioning a few details about the family. It does include more details that you can add, but the main one that you get is he is a pragmatist. He loves his family very much. He loves his son Kanji. He sees him in high regard. And Kanji is known to be a little reckless. And following up on the Johnson you met with, Lesker, you get like a little data thing thrown your way that you just now opened up that says apparently his son was supposed to go hit a shipment of some sort, and unfortunately he fucked up and he got captured. And supposedly by the Finnegans.
By who?
The Finnegans, which is one of the... Basically, it is the biggest Irish mafia family in Seattle.
Gotcha.
I was going to say,
are the Irish Elvish? Yeah.
The Irish mob.
Are they Elvish by chance?
They're kind of mixes.
Mixed?
They're
Okay.
mixes.
Maybe
like
they're here because they're not
Yeah.
Elvish. They can't stay in Ireland.
But they have a huge swath of land, of territory in Seattle, mostly downtown, and they are the direct rivals of the head Yakuza family, the Shotozumi Ringo. They are direct rivals competing against each other. They hate each other very much.
Okay.
And Kanji has gone missing and is supposedly in Finnegan capture.
Okay. Can I spend a plot point to add something to that and make it way more complicated?
You were spending your own plot points, so feel free to fill in the blanks on that.
All right. Kanji wasn't actually captured by the Finnegan family. No. A prominent son of the Finnegan family, and he fell in love.
Ooh.
And to make it worse, that son is Elvin, which is definitely not approved of by the Shinsaku family. And for that reason, he decided to hide away in pretend to be captured by the Finnegan so that he wouldn't have to face the repercussions of his father. His father doesn't know this, of course, and it would take quite a bit of digging for Chord to find this out online. And it's really only by context clues of, just sort of where it seems like he was taken, and like just sort of a trace that seems to imply that he's not captured. Like he's been given access to the Matrix in some way. Like he just showed up in a ping somewhere, which implies that he wasn't captured at all. And some other vague detail somewhere else shows like a meeting of Seamus Finnegan and Kanji.
And a plot point of my own to interject again. So his family obviously would hate this kind of arrangement. They're not into this whole thing, especially with elves.
Mm-hmm.
But the Finnegans aren't too fond of this idea either. And they're probably not aware of it. So maybe he did get captured. Maybe he thought he was safe. But turns out that it could have been a leak. Could be a number of things. But it wasn't quite the lover that he fell in with. It was somebody else who caught him in some sort of staged ambush or something. And they have him. Probably to spite that Finnegan lover.
Yeah, so they tried to run away together, but Seamus's father caught on to the plan and stopped it before he had the chance. Tragedy!
Tragedy indeed. So we'll see if we can get this poor Kanji to his poor lover Seamus, but we'll see how that goes after you meet Kanji. Could use some plot
and
points.
I'll share all that information with the rest of the crew too.
Okay.
Ain't that the sweetest shit?
Ain't that the sweetest? All right, so we'll go ahead and arrive at the Shinsaku estate. And who I have slated to describe this scene was Smiley, unless you guys want to roll off.
I want to roll off because I'm not prepared.
Well, we
Okay.
haven't really gotten a ton from Shade like at all. Well, let's
Hey,
pass.
I started off.
Don't
I-
get
Here,
me
I feel like this is important because you're the Yakuza guy. You know this shit.
No, I'm not.
You definitely
Well, no.
are.
I left him a great scene. Don't you worry.
All right. I don't know anything about this. Like I couldn't even begin
I mean,
to
I've
fester
worked
an
with
idea.
the Yakuza. I've never been affiliated with any of this.
All right, so if you guys want to roll off to describe the Shinsaku estate, feel free, or we'll just go on to Smiley to describe it.
Can roll off because Smiley doesn't wanna.
Roll
Well,
off!
I just don't know what a Yakuza place would look like.
Yeah, I don't know. Would it be like traditional,
You've watched
modern?
an anime.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah. See.
It could be either or.
Well, I got a 1. I succeeded with a 1.
I also rolled a 0. Hold on.
Oh,
I don't know why it gives you the option to roll 0d6.
it's counting hits.
Well,
so-
I also rolled a 1.
Oh, then I rolled a 5. Oh, wait, my first one... No, wait, I rolled a 5.
Just roll a d6, regular d6.
All right, let's try this again.
Fuck it.
5, 6.
Shady
LZ.
rolling too.
Is Shader rolling?
Nope.
Okay.
Alright.
He had
So-
something prepared, he said. So I'm gonna go with that.
All right.
I
So,
didn't say I had anything prepared.
Speedy.
No.
Misfortune,
Misfortune.
Oh, I just said. Yeah, you get the fourth scene, LZT. So, since you won the roll off there, Speedy, you can go ahead and describe the Shinsaku estate.
All right, so
Let's get some music.
the estate is like very much like a mix of like classic Japanese architecture mixed in with like this cyberpunk futuristic neon lights. Kind of like imagine like the classic Japanese like flared roofs and stuff like that, except instead of like wood, you see like just like strips of neon and like metal patched together, like supports and stuff like that. And there's like a large gate all around the outside that's there, sort of blocking our entrance. And like at this front metal gate, there's like a guard post that is with a single guard inside of it, who is mostly just there to let us in.
So you arrive, and the guard does indeed let you in after being notified on his comms that he was expecting you guys. So he waves you on in, and you end up in a courtyard or like just a small little parking garage.
There's like it's like a courtyard basically. Like we can drive inside, and there's like basically a loop around, and there's like a stone garden. And there's some bamboo off in the distance. There's a flowering bush where the colors of like these bright pink like carnations are almost identical to like the neon lights that adorn the sort of green flecked architecture of the building as well. And those sort of just line like the front walls of it on either side of the front doors.
Very good.
And as we're kind of guided inside, we're welcomed into this large foyer by basically just two guards standing on either side of it, who don't say anything to us and just sort of move their heads forward a little bit as we're expected to just walk forward into basically the front of the foyer, where you can kind of see at the back is just this Shinsaku clan leader sitting in a wooden and sort of metal, like a wooden chair with like metal bands all around on the supports.
Have a Tanji Shinsaku profile.
Oh, beautiful. Those are some lovely tattoos. Yeah, he's dressed in a white suit with a black shirt and a red tie. He's got tattoos like a dragon going down his neck. And he looks pretty intensely at each of us. Doesn't say anything, just waits for us to speak.
Okay. So, Speedy, shall we pass the buck to LZT then?
Yeah.
All right. LZT, it's your turn. By the way, get a plot point for that really good description of the building.
Thanks.
I have no idea what to do at all. It's like, hey, you've dealt with the Yakuza before. Like, yeah, don't quiz me on anything you ask me. No.
Well, you're the human here, and you know the most about the Yakuza, so maybe it's appropriate that you go first.
Yeah. I don't know about that, though. Everyone's like, yes, and?
All right, so you were ushered into this really nice estate by the guards, and you come face to face with Tanji Shinsaku, and he does give you a polite bow of his head.
I mean, I bow back. I don't go any lower than him, or slightly lower, but not much. But you'd notice it was lower, but not like I'm not prostrating on the fucking floor here.
I probably shouldn't say anything because I am an old.
What?
Fuck it. I spent a plot point saying, "Good to meet you. My name is Smiley, and we are here on your orders."
Yeah, last
And
I
I hold
heard,
up. And I hold out my hand to shake.
we're not exactly well liked.
So
Wait. I'd like to say one thing. When Smiley's like blah, 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 starts running his mouth, I'm like, I kind of reach over and smack him a little bit and go, professionals, fucking act like it.
That was
So and I bow again to 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 the Yakuza guy, and I specifically say "sumimasen" as in I apologize in Japanese, so he knows I'm not completely.
apologize for me?
Your Japanese could use a little work. I can't remember how that accent.
Your Japanese could use a little work.
we may speak English here, if that would be suitable.
I nod in agreement.
That's my favorite line of the whole night. If that's what
We
be
may speak
suitable.
English.
I like.
Wakarimashita. Mondai naisu.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, konnichiwa. So,
Wait, does he say konnichiwa? I say konbanwa because it's evening. I know better Japanese than that.
thank you,
No,
Mr.
not
Linguist.
character.
I'm still crying.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Yeah, I bow like, of course.
So Tanji steps forward and he says, so Grunt, let's go send you to me. You're here to help me with my son. And he's talking right to you, LZT.
Yes, I say.
And these are
Oh.
your...
I was pushing the wrong fucking pedal. Hey, anyone watching for a foot pedal for push to talk, make sure you got one.
And I take it
Yes.
these... I take it these... And he nods his head toward the troll and the elf are here to help you. He says, looking back at you.
One takes help where one can find it.
I concur. Sometimes you need a big wall to take the bullets for you. In our line of work, as it were.
I glance over at Haas to make sure he's not like, I don't know, steam coming out his ears and he's turning bright red or some fucking thing.
Not yet.
Not okay. That's good. That's better than yes.
I think he means you're formidable, Haas.
So he walks over to a shelf where there's some glasses there, and he pours himself a glass. He pours another and offers it to LZT. To Shade.
Is it
Sake.
Is it? Oh, sake. I take it and I just sip it. And if he does comment on it, I'm like, not when I'm working. I don't know if he comments on it though, so I won't say that unless he does something.
Does he do something? Does he comment? You have the power of plot points. Is there anything you feel would add to the room that he's in? The way he's dressed, the way he's postured or positioned, or sees you or the rest of your team?
Thousands of guns.
I imagine he has. Actually, he has like calligraphy on the walls, like the blank white, really like papyrus parchment paper
who's this?
with traditional Japanese calligraphy on it. Looks very nice. Definitely not from IKEA.
It is a fake. I meant to get the real one some time ago. Still a work in progress. Whenever MCT should feel the need to pay back our assistance, but that's still some time in coming. He sets the cup down and he offers just you.
When he says that, though, I say, well, I imagine you do quite some business with runners, and I imagine most of them won't be able to tell the difference.
So he sets the glass down. So I care not for the opinions of Shadowrunners. They're merely a means to an end in the grand scheme of things, which brings us to business. And he offers you a seat in front of him at this table.
It's a sit table all the way down. Like, did we establish what the floor is?
No.
Did we establish if it's modern or classic?
Stay a while.
It's kind of a hybrid, but mostly on the side of modern, is what Speedy left you off with.
But
I mean, I didn't say.
I I'd say it's modern, but he has the traditional raised area with the tatami mats and a sit desk on it with a couple of pillows. I sit down, left leg first, and then the right leg, as you always do. Waiting for him to sit first, of course.
Of course, he did the same here. He sat down before you and offered you the spot in front of him.
I do the thing,
Okay.
which is sit.
So, let me get down to business. It would seem that my son has, as you runners would say, fragged up a run, and he got himself captured by those damn Finnegans. And now they're holding him up in some crack house out in the Barrens. I need you and your team to rescue my son and, of course, bring him back here safely. And then he pours...
Do I know if the Finnegans usually hang out in the Barrens? Did we establish that? I can't remember.
Do they?
I
can give him. I want to give him a plot point because I can do that with one of my special abilities and lean up to you and say, "My sister actually told me about this run-in that she recently had with the Finnegans. They're big. They're big buttholes."
Do you say that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
They're definitely in the Barrens. In fact, I'm dead certain that I can have her show us where they are and where they hang out and where this son is.
All right, so Smiley, you spend a plot point. You don't give him one in that circumstance.
Well, poop sauce.
But that's good information.
I look at what was his name?
Tanji Shinsaku.
I look at Shinsaku-san and I look at him and I imagine he's like, who the fuck is this meta butting into a conversation between two humans?
Your pointy-eared associate shows great amount of disrespect. He says.
He's new.
I can tell.
Hey, you don't gotta be rude to him.
I'm chime in with that's it's not very nice.
I did kind of bust in.
Plot point. Q.
There you go, Bob. So
I say, as to your son, we'll find a way. Point.
Very good. So the Finnegans have him holed up in their drug production facility out in the Barrens, which I'm going to highlight on your map now, guys. Go to GM info overlay, switch to token layer, switch this to token layer. So you're informed that that's where the crack house is.
Okay.
It's some gaudy apartment building that they have taken up residence in. And they've held themselves in quite nicely away from the law. That's where they think they can be safe keeping my son. I'll need you to go there, get my son safely, bring him back here. And payment will also be arranged unless you need something else from me. Mr. Lesker says you wanted to meet with me for some reason.
I can't remember what the reason was.
We wanted help getting into Jameson's house, I think.
That or just get yourself a favor.
Yeah, just like a favor, just like something relating to the God Killer and Mr. Jameson.
And the tip Eliza gave you was to pose as MCT Shadowrunners trying to get the program back, if he even knows about it. It was a suggestion, but feel free to go your own route.
I think we can foresee payment in lieu of a favor instead.
Favor. Well, Shadowrunners I come across usually ask for the new yen. He says he sets his cup down and pours himself another glass of sake, and he pours you one.
I put my hand over the Sakazuki, the small like cup bowl thing. I put my hand over. Only one when I'm working. Thank you.
I can respect that. He sets the glass down and takes a sip.
I don't know what to say really. So, hang on, I'm thinking. I don't do it a lot, so it takes some time getting everything going.
While LZT is thinking, the rest of you can if you want. If you think of anything creative you want to do to help him about Tanji, about the building, maybe more details about Kanji, plenty of places you can use your plot points. Maybe even other elements of the Yakuza, their opinions on him, his ties with MCT.
I think I'll use my area knowledge of Seattle to say that the building that he's in is a rundown
So he did say apartment, but continue.
apartment, but it is in one of these like rooftop shanty towns. So there might be an easier method to get in there other than just walking through the front door. You could probably make it through by maneuvering on the rooftops where they build some shanty towns.
Okay, spend the plot point. That was creative. And also,
I'm out of plot points.
oh, you're out of plot points?
That's it.
Oh.
I'm not talking as much, and I'm spending to be disrespectful.
That's okay. Also, guys, if you feel the opportunity, you can also spend your plot points to fill in unspoken parts of your backstory that could give you favors. For example, would Tanji possibly recognize you from work you did with him before? What if you killed somebody he absolutely despised to get you more brownie points? Or more interestingly, what if you or one of your fellow players ran against him and you have to convince him to work with you and the likes of that dreckhead from nearly crushing his entire family legacy? That's another way you can spend your plot points to keep things interesting. Which LZT, you might have some perfect opportunities since you're familiar with the Yakuza.
I think we're overplaying the familiarity with the fucking Yakuza here. Like, hey, LZT, you used to work in Norway, yeah? Do you know everything about Norway? No, I just, that's not how it works. Yeah, because we were asking for a favor instead of payment. And
that would depend on what this favor may be. Or is this more of a on standby sort of situation?
No, we have a particular grand scheme run that we've been going for a while, and we Mitsuhama needs some help getting program back that was stolen, and I think you might be able to help us.
Mitsuhama, you say?
Well, I'm not saying we're with Mitsuhama, but they want the program.
I have heard a rumor go about this program. NCT wants it back very badly. I can't imagine why, but... Then he sets the cup down. If it's very important to them, then it sounds pretty important to me as well. So you're planning to get this program back?
Yes, that is the objective.
Do you have negotiate, LZT?
I don't know, do I? You've made the character sheet.
It was important from your character.
Yes. Negotiation. I don't.
Tell you what,
see it,
why don't you go ahead and roll that con etiquette? Click on the etiquette part, and that'll do the specialized dice. Cool.
4.
And
That's not
Tanji
dog shit.
rolls. Just roll negotiation.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
You got it.
You've got 6 times the dice, but I got twice the points.
So he leans back and says, "My forces will be a little preoccupied, but give me at least 2 days, and you rescue my son, and I'll be on call to help you retrieve this program, whatever you need me and my men for. so long as it doesn't compromise us in any of our operations.
I bow a little bit and then I look back at the others and specifically at like Smiley, like with the kind of does that sound okay? Like,
Can we talk about the play like between players now?
So, do you want to like have LZT get up and then you guys do talk time with each other?
Yeah, let's do talk time.
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Does he not like me? What did I do wrong?
Please excuse me for a moment while please excuse me for a moment while I confer with my colleagues.
Of course.
And I get up and walk over.
I still see a problem here, which is that he wants us to bring his son back to him. And even if he's been kidnapped, I don't know if his son wants to come back.
Should we set up an escape route for him immediately afterward in that case? Or, even better, should we have his son join us on this mission?
That is a profoundly bad idea.
Well, isn't that some way of bringing back
you
some...
saved your son, but he got shot. So can you still have
No. We save him, we bring him back. Then we make the son say, "Hey, it'd be really cool if I did something good for once and help these people do their job, which you are obligated to do because they just did you a favor." Maybe he'll buy it.
Help us.
I mean, I think if we just get him home, that's going to be enough. Let the kid escape again on his own terms.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with Hoss.
He didn't choose to be kidnapped. I hope not.
Just find him and bring him back, and we get our favor, and he gets to run away again. I don't care.
We do have to look out for our own necks sometimes.
All right.
So the terms of this, what will he give us in exchange for this, specifically?
His men on call is what he said.
Ooh, that's great. How many? And wielding more than... Will they have, like...
They're pretty big on honor, so they don't want to be considered, oh, hey, they did his favor for you, and you cannot let him down, and you actually
All right.
stuck to the letter.
So we can throw them into the meat
spirit.
grinder if we need to, right?
I mean, not the meat grinder, but he might be able to jump in front of a bus for us.
It seems a bit drastic, don't you think? Like,
That's
maybe-
also a list.
I mean, they're just regular guys. They're not going to jump in front of a bus and live through that like I could. But, you know.
You could
It's
stop
a-
the bus, actually. You
It's
could
a
probably
figure
flip
speech,
it.
Haas, it's a figure of speech.
Well, I mean, I don't want to see anybody getting hurt.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Here's what I think we should do. Yes, we will have his man on standby, and we will use them effectively, and they will be on their own in whatever terms that we send them off to when we get to that. But the God Killer is ours.
Yeah, that's not even a part of the deal. He gets his son.
No, but he knows, doesn't he?
He knows a program is missing. He doesn't even know what the program is, though he would very much understand why MCT wants it back.
Very well. Then we should make it clear that that program does not belong to him. And that his forces, once they're done...
It's not even on the table. He gets his son back. We get a favor. That's it. That's the end of our deal.
As far as he's concerned, we're bringing it back to MCT, which is what he wants. He doesn't
Yeah,
have to know any
exactly.
different.
Well, listen. I'm just... I'm looking at my cues. Please, give me a moment. Do you think it's safe? I bet it's safe. We're fine. We're fine.
I mean, is it going to need some kind of, like, show to see if we're capable? Because, you know, I always got my parkour. I can hop around a little bit. And,
I don't think so.
I mean, are they, like... I don't really know them that well. Are they, like, ninjas, too? Because, you know, I can hide. They'll never smell me coming.
There you go.
They're not ninjas.
Oh, so that's all.
That might
Just
be a little racist.
show on TV then. All right.
A little bit racist.
Well,
You gotta be careful. Listen, I mean,
But
I'm not gonna blame you. This guy is way more racist than you are.
Yeah, I was gonna say this guy's way more racist. That's cool. Okay, we're good with the deal. No problem. What?
I think we can go with the deal.
Cool.
I wish I was the one negotiating the deal, but I think you're doing a great job, Shade.
Well, you know, like, what are we waiting for? Let's make this happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've operated in worse conditions.
And I do the let's make it happen.
There you go, LCT.
Back on 5.
Cool.
All right, go on, take the money and run.
All right, so you guys.
Platform.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
I like it.
So, LZT, go ahead and you just finish your negotiations with them, and you guys prepare to roll out to the Barrens. Here we go to the Barrens for some fun.
I finish up the conversation with, yes, we will take this job.
Okay, he accepts the deal, shakes your hand, and gives you the nav point. And you guys make your way there. It's a decent drive up until you have to get off, where you end up, dealing with the very rough conditions that is the Barrens.
After we're done with this, by the way, the last thing that's going to happen in this campaign is you all owe me gas money.
Okay, so the turn now goes around to the GM in this case, and we're getting ready to open the whole box proper. So scene 4 at the crack house. Originally in SR5, this encounter was designed to be a free-form tactical encounter in close quarters, but this could be a much more interesting firefight once we see the full power of plot points. Short of reversing gravity, introducing dragons out of nowhere to eat the whole building and other nonsensical Deus Ex Machinas. So, you guys head out to the Redmond Barrens, near Brainhaven, north of Beaver Lake. Before you, as you travel through the Barrens, you come across rundown suburbs, cramped, rubble everywhere. Smells are mixed between dreck, gunpowder from a recent firefight, or drive-bys somewhere, and dead bodies, or dead animals. Rust populates all the middle of this part of the city, and everywhere looks like paint peeled off of it, whether it's the streets, the suburban houses, or some of the smaller shops and offices. Everything seems to be peeling and falling away to the dust and debris. Technology took a huge back seat while the rest of the Seattle populace got dumped or trapped here. AR is almost non-existent, save for some broken scripts of seemingly ancient shops that never took the glowing ads down. Clutter filled the streets, weeds are everywhere, and you can't go 5 meters without noticing someone sitting around with a cup empty of any Nuyen. Kids, seniors, women, orcs, trolls, humans, all walks of life sit on the streets, sitting skinny, starving, and poor as the dirt they all might be using for blankets just to stay warm. Those in the heaps of burning tire piles and barrel drums every other 5 meters. And of course, the lack of night errants. Means gangs drive around frequently, knocking things down, kicking people over, or just driving drunk or high. Sometimes they take people with them on their bikes, both the beautiful and the unlucky. As you travel the streets, it didn't matter if you were cruising into Redmond in a box. Everyone looked at you wanting what you had, but were too scared to do anything about it. And so you get the looks of apathy and jealousy as you approach the crack house, a simple gray building, 5-story apartment complex, held together by some shanty pieces and parts that are sort of making up parts of it. There were clearly holes punched into this from all sorts of means. And it's barely functioning by the looks of it. Unassuming, uninteresting, going to pieces like the rest of the lowly suburbs around you. The perfect place for a drug lab. From that point, Shade, you were slated to describe the rest of this scene. And even more of the crack house if you so choose. And more of the Barrens as well, if you like. And the weather. Because the weather is even more worse out here, believe it or not.
But you see, I started the first scene. So if anyone starts this scene, I'll take over. Does that sound fair? Okay. Yeah, I mean, the crack house looks like a fucking crack house. run down. Someone has definitely pissed on the side of the house right by the entrance. And I mean, we're probably not right outside it though, right? Like,
Probably not. I'm the
hello, do you have young Mr. Shinsaku in there? Can we have him back, please? Bye.
Hello, I would like to buy some crack, please.
Is this the 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
5 o'clock crack giveaway.
Chappelle Show. Oh, yeah. Oh,
One crack, sir. One crack cocaine.
One crack, please.
One whole crack, please.
I'd like a weed, please.
Okay, so let me.
I would like to purchase 4 of your finest marijuanas.
marijuanas.
Mario one.
Okay, so jumping back on the scene. So we're now going to go ahead and just do this proper queue system, where GM that goes first, then it would be Bub. I got to pull up the interface. Bub, Smiley, Chord, and Shade. Then back to me in the proper turn order. And you guys can make whatever happen. This is your sandbox now. This is the scene I wanted to get to. So, you're at the crack house. You can change so many things here now. What it looks like, how run down it is, how full of holes it is. Good question. How many people are around it? What the gangers are doing?
Are
all that
you
jazz.
taking lead here or
So if LZT doesn't want to add any more to the scene, Bub, it would first go your turn.
sure?
If
I
LZT
got you.
doesn't wanna-
I want to leave it kind of open-ended, so...
I got you.
All right.
All right. All right. So we are in the Barrens, this metaphorical wasteland, if you will. As we roll up in the Shade Mobile, as you will, we see dilapidated iron fence that seems to basically just be freestanding poles where anyone that is trying to get by day to day hang their clothes to dry. Those that may seem worthwhile taking, probably no longer freestanding, but those that hang to dry today, blood-covered, bullet holes, slashes. This crack house is way less of a house, more of a freestanding 4-story apartment building. Days of yesteryear gone past. Red brick, built with brown brick archways all the way around. Glass shattered, boarded up. You see gangers sitting on the steps, quickly peddling various unguents or various drugs to anyone that comes up and offering any amount of nuyen. There are very few individuals that pass by, mobily so, with vehicles. Most of it is by foot, but those that do come by on vehicles are bikers. You'll see some people on some very, very poorly jury-rigged moped. But nothing that really speaks to a luxurious lifestyle, at least outside of Shades. We are eerily stared down by the gangers sitting on the steps, and the moment that they can see the shine of my chrome flesh, the ganger sitting on the steps warns one of his smaller lackeys, and he bolts inside. Door slamming behind him, the man stands, acting as if he has not a care in the world, yet you can see he keenly grips a pistol in his belt line. We step outside of Shade's vehicle. I'm going to pass the buck.
Do you want to roll a test at all? Because you get the opportunity to do some sort of action during your narration.
Intimidation.
Yes, we can do that.
I'd like a check on my suspension when Haas gets out of the fucking car.
Your suspension is fine. All right, roll your intimidation there, Haas.
So where am I going to find intimidation now on the sheet?
Under your skills.
Nope, there it is. I found it.
And I'll just pick an amount for the ganger. You established he's kind of poor, so we'll do that.
Sure.
Okay, so what does this guy do now that he has failed his intimidation roll?
He immediately white knuckles his pistol. He bites his lower lip, pretending to suck up his fear, especially in the face of something that could be greater than himself. You see, he's avidly beginning to sweat, and he's waiting, keenly looking back over his shoulder, hoping that someone will join him, taking the stress off of his brow, his back, and keeping him out of the grave alike.
And with my plot point, he has no friends coming. Whatever friends he may have had and whatever colors they may have matched him, they don't seem to exist anymore. If they're in the building, they're tucked away in their own little hidey hole corners. They don't want to mess with a big troll with some excellent shiny chrome. And therefore the man decides, my life ain't worth this. And he just walks away, leaving you to do whatever havoc you feel like causing. All right, would you like to pass the buck to Smiley?
Yeah, I'd like to see what's next.
Okay. Now, I'll go ahead and, for story reasons, some things. Not Smiley. Chord. When you came in and you were just sort of observing the scene and you wanted to get an initial lay of the land, you did notice some enemies ping up. There are at least 5 Finnegan bad guys that you immediately detect. No, 6 Finnegan bad guys that you can detect somewhere on one of the upper floors in a back corner room near a fire escape. Whether that fire escape even works or not. But, Smiley, that's what you detected when you got here. Feel free to change any other details from there, Smiley.
Stepping out, Smiley stands out almost as badly as Haas. While he is not this beacon of brutality waiting to be unleashed, he is almost this untouchable spire stepping onto the dirty sidewalk and standing before this dilapidated building. And for the first time, it's almost as though his smile is sagging, not with like distaste or disgust, but simple pity as he steps forward, watches Haas scare away the doorman, and tries the door, finding it not even closed. The man who ran inside just slammed it shut and let it bounce harmlessly. It doesn't seem to even have a proper knob, just a bolt lock. He just sort of boots it open with the toe of his shoe and steps inside, finding the lobby and the stairwell at the far back being filled mainly just with vagrants or people who hang out here to have easy access to whatever it is these people sell. And upon seeing Smiley, seeing someone in a suit, and clean and fresh, and an elf at that, most of them bolt like cockroaches when someone turns on a light. And this first floor, I imagine, is owned with non-combatants, people that are either too spaced out in their own habit to really understand what's going on, or conscious enough to realize if they do not leave, there will be dire consequences for getting wrapped up in whatever is about to happen.
Okay. I would have you roll intimidation, but you already scared the bejesus out of them. By the way, Bub and Smiley, both of you get a plot point for those excellent descriptions.
Thank you.
And you just win intimidation. You got a troll with you. You got your million troll intimidation succeed dice.
Delightful. And I look to Haas and say, that's only going to get us so far.
Mm.
All right, Smiley, would you like to perform any kind of
Is
test
that one
with
of
your
your
narration?
cues, Smiley?
I'm sorry?
Is that one of your cues that's only going to get us so far?
Oh, if only.
Oh dear.
If only, damn.
Sometimes one of us just says one line, and I feel like that has to be a cue at this point.
I think I could just say, do you think it's safe? I bet it's safe. We're fine. If that's appropriate.
Yeah, that's a cue.
And then I'll just go ahead and what can I do?
There's a bunch of things. You can talk to people. You can do a perception if you want to.
I'm going to look at someone who they're probably on a bad prosthetic and they can't afford to fix it, so they're just limping around on it. So I figure I'm gonna walk up to them and they can't escape fast enough. And I'm going to ask them, have you seen an Oriental fella coming around here?
Oriental? Go ahead and make a. Let's make this fun. Smiley, why don't you go ahead and do me a. Let's make this a negotiation check.
I'll use control thoughts.
Okay.
+3. Negotiation. Okay. And then I'll just roll 3 dice.
Cool.
That's 2 more, so 7.
Okay.
So Haas, I imagine you're the one who probably has a. The guy sort of flinches back, and Smiley sort of reaches out, and with almost like how Chord taps into a computer, his fingertips just burrow into this guy's the side of his skull and just sort of vibrate for a moment before saying, he probably might be wearing the same clothes I am, and he better be okay. Is he okay? What floor is he on?
Tell you what, roll a glitch die. I want to see what kind of things you find.
That's fucking great. I just want to say that right now. The description
of. Okay. To give you the flat, boring details that you can then flavor yourself. He tells you upstairs there are 6 of those Irish guys holed up in one corner room upstairs, and I think they had somebody with them. But there's some other guy taking up a different room. I think he had a fancy tablet like your friend. That's the general boring bits.
Who's in charge here?
In charge here? With that fancy exploit? He calls himself Torch. He calls himself the Torch. He does magic spells, fire spells. He cooked my friend the other day.
I see.
Please tell me you're gonna do something bad to him.
Haas, I'm not supposed to get shot at. Do something about this Torch. That's a cue.
God damn it.
There you go. All right.
And then I let this guy leave.
And then he hobbles away on his peg leg.
That's a cue.
That's a cue.
God damn it.
So he hopelessly hobbles away. He is hopelessly hobbling Herbert.
So, 6 Irishmen. One of them with a torch, and he has fire magic.
Calls himself the Torch.
I don't know if he's that impressive. Are there any, I'm going to go ahead and say, Chord, I'm going to give you faulty cameras that are here with a plot point.
Oh, some working cameras?
Yeah, these cameras are borked. This apartment probably has been a contested battleground over time for different drug dens. And one of these people tried to put up some cameras, but they never figured out how to put up the security or to remove them. So they're kind of just sitting here in a corner on every floor in some rooms that might have been important. And Chord, you can tap into them if you want.
All right, plot point for great narration, and then it's on to Chord's turn. Chord, you're muted.
Sweet. All right. is there? Oh, man, do I have to worry about like a host or anything? How does hacking work in this low rules game?
Is there a host? In a
No, I mean,
If there's a host, they've not logged in for probably a month.
I guess there's no host then.
Nah, there's no host. And I'm just like, I mean, these things are on like a network or whatever, so I can easily jack into one of these super like broken cameras to get access to everything else that's going on.
So I spend a plot point.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to spray paint one of them, aren't you?
The cameras, as barely functioning as they are, they do seem to be jury-rigged and wired up to the what you would presume is the drug room that was mentioned.
All right.
So somebody must have like very hopelessly wired all these cameras, very jury-riggy style. They look very shoddily thrown together and run all the way up to that room. It probably wouldn't take that much effort to break them or hack them with how shoddy they look.
Yeah, I'm hacking them. I'm getting access to whatever's in that room.
Hack attack.
Hack attack. Is this cyber combat?
Is it?
Unless someone is manning these things, I doubt it.
All right, so here's my camera roll. Do your hacking roll. That's terrible.
I think I'm good.
I think you're good.
I kind of get more jobs like this.
And tell you what, roll the glitch die. I want to see what happens to these cameras. Oh!
Gremlins, man. Not that actually affects anything, but that's my second glitch.
I think I have a different Gremlins rule for you in your character sheet.
Oh, really?
How does it work in yours? When using high-tech items such as a cyber deck, you always add a glitch die that cannot roll an exploit. Okay, good thing you rolled then. So, you successfully managed to connect to the cameras, but you notice that faulty wiring is causing problems. How do you proceed with that narration?
Look, it may be sending off sparks, but so are like all of my hacking equipment already. I've got like electrical tape. I can just kind of wrap it up a little bit.
Oh my lord!
And like the hair on like the back of my head where like the data jack is kind of stands up a little bit from just static, but I'm used to it.
Let's try not to microwave our fucking attacker.
Yeah, I just like hit the side of the camera a couple times and it starts working.
That poor broken camera. So you hack some cameras and we'll get to some cameras.
Yeah, those cables are all connected. They lead straight up to the room where that other Decker is, where he's jacked in. And from there, I get access to. I can basically see his mark or whatever in the Matrix, and I can like get access to like everything else that he is connected to. So every like person who has a gun that is Matrix enabled, that he's aware of, like every comm link that he's connected to. All of those guys, I'm now aware of their locations.
And what happens in your glitch during all this?
What happens with my glitch?
Yeah, you gotta narrate your own glitch.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Those wires kind of start sparking a little bit, as do like my own kind of equipment. And I'm gonna say I take a point of stun damage as this sort of just spark shoots out. But again, nothing I'm not used to.
You felt some of that feedback just come fly through the wires and just zap your head. Oh, God. All right, take your stun damage then.
Yeah, in the Matrix, this was like him like setting up his equipment, like just jacking into an amp and just immediately just getting shocked.
Okay.
Oh shit, that's the power outlet.
Yeah.
Okay. So since you
Oh
found
wait,
that,
when he's doing this, I stand next to him and I see him like get a shock. I'm like, you okay? You don't want to happen to that guy that was at the Neonet place, right?
I've been through worse.
All right, cool.
so here's
Wait,
your little decker
like
that you found with those wires.
What?
There's your decker you found with those wires.
Tanji?
Not Tanji
No.
the decker.
The decker in the building.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at like the character sheets. All right. So from being connected to him, do I see like every other comm link that he's connected to?
Since you rolled so well, and obviously it's your narration, of course you do.
Cool. Show him.
Here's a bleep. Here's a bloop. Here's another bleep. And here's another bloop.
Sweet. Is Seamus one of them?
Is it? Spend a plot point if you want it to be, because we know these guys are hostile, but is Seamus in the group? Is the question. Oh, and we know that they don't like it.
I spent a plot point for that.
Do you interrupt the narration then for your own narration?
I can give him a plot point.
I can spend the plot point. It's fine. I have 5. So.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I have 5. I never used the fucking things, but if you got 5,
Rack 'em up.
we good.
So, is Seamus among the guards that don't like Mr. Kanji?
Yeah, he's among them. It doesn't mean he doesn't like Mr. Kanji, but he's among them.
All right, where
I'll
is
say
he?
that,
Which one of these guys is he?
Who is this one right here? Why is he different?
That would be Torch. Riley Torch Finnegan.
Gotcha. Okay. I guess Seamus is the one right next to him.
That's Seamus?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and tag him with the name here.
And he's been... he kind of got caught on his way, like, trying to, like, run off with Tanji, and just had to cover by saying, like, yeah, I was going to bring him in. And so he's been waiting for an opportunity to get him away ever since, but hasn't been able to. Because Torch has just been watching him too closely. Because Torch suspects what's up.
Okay, so we're going to change Seamus's info here. Change that token. Bum, bum, bum. Bam. All right, he is now Seamus, and he, I guess, is seeming to have a tussle with Torch or something. We'll see what happens next. On to, I'm already forgetting the layout. LZT's turn.
Yay!
Also, Chord, get a plot point.
Sweet. Back to full.
Also, I got a plot point because you spent the plot point.
What do you think, LCT?
Did we get a location on the person that was in the other room that the guy downstairs talked about?
I don't know. Did you?
Person in the other room wasn't that referring to the Decker?
Yeah, the Decker was the other room, and this is the wherever the drugs are being made, supposedly.
I was thinking about like the fire escape, trying to do something with that. But
I spend a plot point. That fire escape looks very rickety.
yeah, I was gonna say we don't even know what shape it's in, and I imagine it's not great.
See, while the stairs do lead up to it, it is kind of just barely hanging off the side.
That's not up to code.
That's not
Hey,
a
you don't
code.
understand.
You must evacuate this place immediately. Hi, Marshal Bill here.
I mean, it's still there, but it's really
Yeah, that's very comforting. Thank you.
In case we need to get out on fire, it's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm going to check something.
Die in a horrible jungle gym.
Right.
Oh, man.
I'd like to plop my eye out.
Plop your eye out.
Yes. That's not a euphemism. Literally plop my eye out. And I send it along, like, along the wall. Where's the ruler? Did they remove the ruler from Roll20? What's going on?
Oh, the ruler's just different. You can set it to no snapping so you can have this stuff. Why?
Yeah, but I don't have the ruler icon even.
It looks like a circle with a line in it.
Yeah,
now.
it looks like a circle with a tiny ruler
Okay. Well,
in it. I don't think it's a Roll20 change. I think it's because it's
no,
a
it's not.
Shadowrun change.
Oh, okay. Well, I send it along this wall here. Like, kind of try to get behind these guys.
Did you guys come up the elevator, the stairs? This is kind of upstairs. On some floor upstairs. We never established which floor. Except
Did
that
say-
it's upstairs somewhere.
We did say that it was a 4-story building.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we didn't establish what floor it's on, though.
So LZT, what floor is it on?
I'm gonna say it's on the third floor.
Third floor.
And yeah, so one floor above it where there's nothing, or where they're not, at least.
Okay.
I'm gonna. I don't trust the elevator in this shitty old house. I don't think that's a good idea.
Hey, you control the scene. Does it work? How rickety is it? Is it nice?
No,
it
it
the
doesn't.
one thing that does work. It doesn't work. Okay.
No, it does not work. All the doors are like trying to close like
Yet
this.
another fire code violation.
Yeah,
Well,
Fire
actually, this is,
Marshal Bill is going to be very upset.
UCAS Citizens with Disabilities Act violation.
Does not apply in the Barrens.
Pretty much. I walk up the stairs, and when I get to the next floor, I kind of take out the eye and hold it around the corner and look both ways to make sure, like, what the... Yeah, and eventually I get to this floor.
Oh, like your guys' tokens are down here, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
So here is you, Mr. Shade, on the floor now.
Yes, I hold my eye out like I've done for the previous floors, and I, like, look down this way towards these chaps here.
You see two chaps. One of them looks tough.
Okay. I send my eye this way along the edge here, across here, and down here.
So you put your eye down, it starts rolling like little BB-8, just kind of creeping along the corner of the
Yeah, but
stairwell.
without the weird thing on top. Hey, that ball's got a tail. Nope, that's an eye nerve. Now, yeah, I just send it like behind here, try to sneak it behind them, like
Right.
slow, so it doesn't make any noise.
So what kind of test do you want to make on me? Like a sneaking test? Try to sneak that eye over there?
Let's see.
See, here's the nice thing about when you control the narrative, you kind of dictate the tests.
Yeah,
I may referee to be like, sneaking makes the most sense in this. But if you're trying to do some specific...
I would agree. Yeah, let's do a stealth test.
Okay, stealth test. I'll roll Mafia Thug 1, see if it spots something.
Holy shit.
Oh, snap.
All
Now,
these
guys,
dice.
Guess what? Edge is back, and it still works basically the same way. If you post-edge, you re-roll your non-hits. If you pre-edge, instead of exploding 6s, all 4s count as hits.
I'll re-roll 7 dice.
Okay, spin that edge. Because yes, edge is back, and it's still useful.
Okay, so 5 instead of 4.
Okay, what happens since he doesn't seem to notice you?
I roll behind him, and the door that's there is not a well-fitting freaking door, man.
Oh,
They
man.
could have gotten, if they had taken 10 minutes, they could have gone up and down the house, checked to see there would be another door that's way better than this one, but this one has got a third of the door is missing. Like the bottom hinge is not even connected to the frame of the door.
So the door is just cracked open.
Yeah. So the eye just goes, ooh, look at this, into the room.
Tell you what, roll a perception check, and you get to know information about our dudes in here. And I'll go ahead and light up the room for you.
That's the eye symbol, right?
Yes, the eye symbol. Boop.
2.
Okay, out of what you notice equipped on these guards, Mr. Man on the couch watching some horrible trig show, that whether or not that trig projector is working well or not, he seems to have a shotgun. And all of them so far seem to have SMGs. There's...
Did anyone follow me inside the building, or is everyone outside?
I mean, technically, it's your story, right? Like, that's how that works?
Yeah, but did I walk... It's not turn-based.
So did you just... Now, technically, guys, he can't control your characters unless you want to let him. But, Shade, you could just say, I split up from the group and I go do this and scout ahead myself. Or I wave you guys to follow me or something.
Yeah,
I'm jacked into the camera, wherever Four said that was.
I would have climbed the building.
You could climb it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
okay, well, over the comms, you hear, like, 2 guys outside the door, one with a shotgun on the inside. That's, someone's in the kitchen. I don't know what's going on, but they're all armed.
he seems to be, like, packaging the drugs. The drugs seem to have, like, a very yellowish white powder. And LZ, who has drugs knowledge? Does anybody have drugs?
Does anyone have drugs? Drugs, anyone?
Yeah,
I have biotech.
Good enough. Biotech,
I have bars and clubs.
the drug you
Piano
assume...
Yeah, I have full biotech.
I know I wrote this down.
Okay, piano bars.
Do you have any knowledge of mountaineering? I'm really good with Toblerones. Good enough.
Tell you what, I was going to make it something like... Oh, I was going to make it Bliss. But it can be something else because you control this part of the narrative.
It is pure old-fashioned crack cocaine.
Oh boy. Nova Coke?
No, just old school crack cocaine.
Old school crack cocaine, okay.
The classic stuff, the way Chord likes.
Yeah. I
No.
It's not canon.
So he's totally like scooping it up and sticking it into little packages. Maybe he's even stealing a sniff. And then he just like, just doing his thing on the table.
yeah. And I bet he's smoking a marijuana at the same time.
Okay, so he's snorting cocaine and he's smoking marijuana.
Man.
Oh yeah, but he takes a hit every once in a while. It's not like, oh, I haven't had a line of coke in 4 minutes, I better take another one
You guys
because
said-
the man would be dead.
I spend a plot point that he's also on meth.
You guys
Why?
have drug
Because he
dealers
is.
all wrong, okay? I grew up in inner cities, and let me tell you, monkeys don't sell bananas, okay? These guys don't do their own drugs.
No, that's what
ever.
I'm saying. He's smoking weed while selling crack cocaine. He has to take the edge off somehow, and he can't do his own supply. People's gonna fucking say, "Where's the rest of the money? We had more than this."
Well, I love Saphirian's quote. It's not new Coke, it's Coke Classic. That guy, you get a plot point in your next Shadowrun Anarchy game.
It's the and if it was the new Coke, it would be the green bottles as Coke Life on it. If you have those in America, I don't.
Okay, so since that's LZT's narration, it now turns to me. What do I do?
What do you do?
What do I do?
Oh, actually, never mind. I'll keep going later.
All right, so Mr. Tough Guy down here, if I can click him, That's a tough guy down here. He tells his buddy, "Hey," taps his hand, taps his shoulder. "I gotta take a piss." And you watch the door for me, okay? So he decides to walk this way to some other room.
Yeah, I don't stand there waiting for him.
So go ahead and roll your. I want you to roll your sneaking. I'm gonna roll my perception.
No, I don't want to sneak. I want to sit down, huddle in the corner, and shaking and smoke a cigarette.
Sneaking, or then again, con. That'll be con then.
Yeah.
So he'll come by and.
I mean, it's kind of sneaking, but it's not. I'm
He'll
not
roll
trying
his
to
con.
con. I'm trying to blend in, essentially.
We'll use etiquette out of con. Etiquette is in con. So he's walking by. He kind of hears some little minor racket over in the corner, and he peeks over, and he goes,
A one-eyed guy sitting there.
he's like, "Hey, what are you doing here? What kind of crack you smoking there?"
It's mine.
Hey, he doesn't seem too bothered by it. Let's see. Though,
I'm furiously clutching a pack of like fake cigarettes. I don't know what they smoke now, but like
Nick sticks. Yeah. He looks at you and he sees that package and he's like, "Can I have one of those?"
I kind of huddle even further into the corner. Go.
Hey, don't be me. Don't be he's fucking it. Like, let me have one of those, and I'm gonna have to punch your face in.
Can I get also point?
Is he Boston
to-
Irish?
I don't know.
I like dump them on the floor and take one and throw it at him. Like, stay away from me. I am happy here. You be happy over there. We're all good. Like,
And then he just sort of walks on by, and he eventually goes into this room. Well, that was a fun encounter. And next we go to Bub. You wanted to climb the building?
Yes. Yes, I
would
did.
you like to borrow my gecko gloves? They're literally Spider-Man gloves.
How would you like to climb the building? You just want to like stick your hands in each brick and climb up that way, or
Well, I mean,
you
this is
attempt the fire escape?
this is kind of my MO. It's what I've specified and built myself up to be, a climbing parkour troll. Remember, I'm into athletics, and this is kind of my shtick. It's been that way since it was written, so I'm gonna climb. I'm gonna climb all the way to the top.
So how do you climb it? Narrate.
Well, he's probably going to try to find a first floor window, something that he can start positioning his foot on. Knowing that it's brick, he's assuming that it's probably going to be as stable as can be, since we've already seen that the fire escape looks quite rickety in of itself. So he's trying to go to a corner, trying to stay where load-bearing beam may be, so he knows that he can utilize it to the best of his ability while minimizing the amount of damage to the building. And he's basically going to corner hug, using his left arm on the left side of the building, right arm on the front side of the building, right here. And scale up, trying to put his fingertips in each windowsill open and pull himself all the way up to the top.
Okay, and as you climb, I'm going to spend a plot point. Let's see. You, a person, I guess a person who, like, a squatter. A squatter comes out and he's like fanning some kind of sheet when he pokes his head out the window and he says, "Hey, what are you doing that for?"
What
very
floor?
audibly.
What floor?
We'll say you're on the. He's on the second floor when he notices you climbing.
I am going to...
And he starts like batting you. Shoot! Don't Climb that.
I'm gonna take
break it.
I'm gonna take a test, and I'm gonna pull him out of the window and throw him directly down the ground.
Okay.
What kind of test is that? Is that
I think we make up a test with this. Do a strength twice. Do the strength twice.
strength twice? How do I roll just my strength?
Just roll the dice. You can just click the strength, I think, but then it'll.
Oh, there it
do
is.
something.
Okay, so you actually rolled the word strength.
Yep.
Said twice. You
Yeah.
need me to roll it
basically-
twice?
Just basically strength double.
All right. So 15.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. You do that. How do you do that?
I'm just gonna, as he's batting at me, I'm gonna grab at his arm and his shirt and be like, just heave him down.
I want to spend a plot
Is
point.
he dead?
Uh-oh. He spends a plot point. How do you spend that plot point?
He lands on his neck.
He lands on his neck.
I'm gonna spend do I spend a plot point to negate that? How does that work? Because conveniently enough, we're in the Barrens. It's like the ghetto out here, and guess what happens to be out front? 17 mattresses. Suck a dick, LCT.
Somebody threw a mattress out that front window.
That's right. He lands
But
on
it's
his
an old
neck
mattress,
softly
so
on
it's
the-
not sponge anymore. Suck a dick, Bob.
That's why there's 17 of them.
They're piled all the way up to the second floor. You just pull him out on a really big windowsill made of mattresses.
And that's how you got your first heave. You just kind of jumped on the mattress and heaved yourself up. And you just started climbing up.
All right. So now that
So-
I've rendered him unconscious, courtesy of his. Oh, you know what? Here, I feel like this is the appropriate time. As I see him fall out the window and go unconscious to the mattresses below, I look down and secure the perfect cue. Night, night.
You get a cue point for that?
Yep.
Nice.
Get a point for that.
And seeing that I've just thrown this man out of his window, knowing that our target is on the 3rd floor, I'm going to climb into his window.
By the way, roll a glitch die, and this is... I want to see how the Finnegans react.
Why would they react? He's listening. The guy in the front room does not hear anything. He's watching really loud fucking TV.
Oh, he totally didn't hear the sound of someone screaming "Ah!" as he was thrown out the window.
In the ghetto? No.
Besides, if there's one thing that I've learned in the hood, you don't tell someone else, like, you look out the window, when someone looks, you pull the blinds. Like, that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And look, he fell onto a mattress, so it was like, okay.
No,
That's
he's
fine. And no one.
Welcome to the
He-
ghetto.
he-
No
he
eyes
kinda
to see,
he
no
twisted
ears
his
to
neck in a
hear.
way.
That's
He
right.
kind of twisted his neck a little bit, but he landed okay. Maybe he banged his head against something and got himself knocked out.
I am
So-
doing everything I can to turn Haas into a
You are.
cold-blooded killer.
Fucker, I have 5
join
plot
us.
points.
Join us.
I have 5 plot points. I will.
goody.
I won't even spend it on
I have
myself.
4, and it's not even my turn yet.
All
So,
right, so
I'm
Haas,
gonna.
did you climb
I'm
the
going.
third-
I'm going into the
third story
window. I'm going into
Third
the
story
window.
window?
Second. You said he was the 2nd story, right?
Yeah, your
Yes.
floor you're going to is 3rd, but he was on the 2nd floor.
Right.
Like he kind of caught you as you were climbing.
Right.
Oh,
Because
shoot,
we were
shoot.
told that the target was on the 3rd floor in the rear side of the building. Now that I've thrown this man out of his room, I'm gonna climb into his room
Okay.
and I'm gonna make my way across the building to the opposite side. Particularly, the great thing about old school apartment complexes is that all of the rooms in the building are designed the exact same way on each floor. So if I go directly underneath the room where our target is, it's going to look exactly the same. So
So you ended up in a bedroom when
Yep.
you went inside.
I am going to listen to see if there's anyone else in the home.
Is there anyone else in the home?
I'm assuming not. He's a retired man. He's real mouthy. He likes to yell at people that pass by. And I just
climb on his windows.
threw this retiree to his unconscious state in the front yard.
So I'm
You probably work for the fire department or something. You're a cruel son of a bitch.
says the guy trying to get me to kill him.
Yeah, but not like directly.
So, knowing that I hear nothing, I'm going to move into the rest of the apartment and get a scope for the hallway, the second floor hallway. Knowing that, obviously, like you're currently depicting the third floor.
Yes, but it's basically the same.
Okay.
You just find his trashy room, and you end up in a very boring hallway.
All right.
Minus the guards and shade and all that.
I start to make my way to the front room door.
Indicate?
Indicate?
Like here?
No, like here.
Okay, so you go there, and you're in a boring hallway.
Is there
Congratulations.
nobody there? Is it not being patrolled?
Is there anybody patrolling?
Well, I mean, I'll leave it to a die. Evens, yes. Odd, no.
Just do a glitch die, yeah.
Odd, no. No, there's nobody patrolling this hallway. Then I'm going to knock on the door across the hall, the room where our target is.
Okay, so you knock.
Not bang, just a.
And we'll go ahead and go on to the next scene and resolve that in a minute.
Go for it.
So next up, Smiley.
There's nobody to talk to, so I can't do much because I only act in self-defense. I get on the comms. How are we doing?
I'll immediately respond to Smiley. Hey, Smiles, can you see if anyone's in this apartment?
And is that apartment this one?
It's second floor, that apartment.
Apartment 2A.
I will head to apartment 2A, doing a jaunty stroll.
There's a jaunty stroll. You probably pass a pause on your way over there.
I look at. I spare no glance. Everything is easy peasy. And I will knock on the door.
So you both knock on the same door, and Smiley, you open the door. What's in there?
There is, let's see. You know what? There is, someone trying to summon a spirit.
Holy shit!
Someone's trying to summon a spirit in there.
Yeah, there is. But, problem is, it's not working, and they're just basically raising their hands up like this. And they're so, like, decked out. They're so out of it. They're just, like...
He's quoting, like, a Jim Morrison song, just hoping
Exactly. And so, is this what you're looking for, Haas?
Pretty close. I need to know who this guy is, because I'm going to deal with Torch the way the host know how.
Well, I can introduce you, perhaps.
Just tell me where he's standing. And I point at the ceiling.
I send them...
Hey, Chord, do we have a location?
Plot point. Smiley recalls that he can still use his clairvoyance.
That's right!
I get a plot point.
I send the like video feed from my eye, like a link to them, like, hey, you guys want to see what's going on in the front room? This is it.
Well, it's something. Haas, how about you do this? I want you to go into the room opposite. I want you to go into this room. And then, when I give you a cue, I want you to bust through the wall and
He'd
get
have to
onto
bust
this
through the
torch
fucking
man.
ceiling first.
I mean, it's a
Oh,
human,
wait, really?
It's a human
Yeah, it's on the
apartment
wrong
complex.
floor. It's below.
It's a human
So
apartment
wait.
complex. It's a 10-foot ceiling. Haas is 7 feet tall. I'm gonna punch through the floor. Or in my
We
case,
just need to get you like a coffee table. Okay.
The reach isn't the issue I'm having. It's you're gonna punch through the floor. It's gonna be fucking loud. They're gonna.
So I got that. I walk to where you are, Shade, and I do not falter as I move towards this door where no doubt there's a guard. And
out of the way.
And I'm just going to walk up to the door, and I figure the guy standing at guard right now is confused, obviously, because I don't look like one of the junkies that usually comes here. And I just wave at him, and I'm like, "It's all right. Torch set. I'm making a deal with Torch. I got some good stuff for him. He's gonna love this bit."
Make a negotiation.
Actually, this sounds like con.
Yeah, either or.
This sounds like fast talk.
This looks to me
It's
like
the
we're going.
same thing now. Isn't
It's
it?
like we're going torch fishing. I know that Smiley's gonna line him up, and I'm gonna yank him through the fucking floor.
Negotiation and con is the same thing now, isn't it?
No, they are two separate things.
Okay, I tell you, Haas, I'm gonna tap on the floor where I'm going to be. You just need to be 2 feet in front of me, okay?
I do one of these.
Yeah.
So
And-
you see this guy, and you're talking to him, and you're like, "Torch sent me." He's like, "You know the Torch."
Of course I know the Torch. I don't know you.
He just starts squinting at you, and he's like, "Okay." And then he awkwardly opens the door for you.
I step in, and I go, bad locale. Very bad. It smells. You must be Torch.
You see an eye in the corner.
Okay.
And Torch. I imagine
shall
he's...
spend a plot point to hijack you. The guy with the shotgun stands up. And he's like, "Who the frick are you?" And he aims a shotgun at you.
Easy, Jummer. Easy. And I'm just gonna unfazed. I just go, easy, Chummy. And I just look at this guy.
Okay, roll me the glitch die.
Sure.
How do you
5.
even fuck with this? They're just cool as shit, man.
Alright.
This is like the 4-man ocean squad.
So this Finnegan guy, clearly in a decent outfit, but he's more alert. He points at you, and you said, "It's okay." What happens here?
He sits back down, but he still has the shotgun in his lap because Torch is caught off guard as much as he is. And
in
he
the other
turns.
room, isn't it?
Torch is in a different room.
He's in a different room?
Yeah, he's in the back room. This is the guy
Yeah.
with the circle around him.
That's Torch.
Oh, I thought this was Torch. And I just clap my hands. Torch! Torch!
These guys look at you real awkwardly.
Torch comes out, or pokes his head out, and I look at him and say, "Oh wait, what's her name? I need the name. Where is she? Where is she? Yo, Nancy the nanny sent me.
What?
You know, with the ancients. Wait, you didn't hear about this? Torch,
Who are the ancients?
you know who the ancients are. You know who Nancy the nanny is. Where do you think your little munchkin kids come from?
Is this your exploit?
This is my exploit.
Wait.
I'm
yeah,
yeah,
I've heard of them.
well, of course. I'm here on their behalf. Listen, I got something for you.
Wait, what are the ancients doing on our turf?
What are you doing on their turf?
Roll another glitch die.
Can I edge this?
No, you can't edge the glitch die.
Okay.
Roll. Oh, the glitch.
No consequences.
But no exploit there. He's like,
Nope.
"I don't know what you're talking about, but you're clearly out of your damn mind. Are you here for drugs or what?"
Yes, I am. But not the sort of drugs that you have ever seen. You heard of bliss? I give you kiss. And I pull out this bubblegum wrapper. And I'm like, pure and pristine, easily hidden within your conventional bubblegum wrapper, but you can sell it for about 5,000 new yen on any street corner controlled by the ancients. And I hold it out for him. And I just do a show of it, and I like tap my foot, and I will spend a plot point to make this happen. I will do something to make.
So,
Because I want him to be so baffled, so curious, he has no choice but to be like, who is this motherfucker? And he's going to step out of that room and he's going to be like, thump, thump, thump. Are you for real?
You have solely arrested his attention, whether or not you're telling him the truth.
I'm going to control his thoughts then.
Okay, we already done your narration for a bit, so we'll move on to Chord. What do you do?
It's like we're at the point where we're all just kind of like, can I control your character for a little bit? Just a little. And you know what? Chord, I'm going to be honest. Yes.
Oh my god.
I got candy and a drink. I'm living for this right now.
Top dealer, thank you.
All right, I'm going to first. I wanna add a plot point. That this drug this stick of gum that that Smiley's holding out is coated in that mind-destroying drug that we got earlier.
Jesus Christ, that's how I got out of there with.
And that the only way for Torch to confirm the validity of Smiley's statements is obviously to take a sample.
Okay, I spent a plot point. He has sim sense. He's a dumb mage that for some reason got sim sense, so you could basically hack his sim sense chip or whatever and make him actually taste the real drug, quote unquote real drug.
I'm selling this motherfucker death stick.
Perfect. I'm gonna hack his brain.
Hack it.
This is cyber combat for sure.
Okay, you hack his taste buds.
What?
Only in Shadowrun Anarchy.
You hack his taste buds.
We can just shoot the guy. Nope. Fuck that. We're hacking his taste buds.
I mean, there's the conventional way of going, and there's the groundbreaking, new, exciting way of doing things. And I feel like hacking taste buds.
This makes me
not
so
the
happy.
most common thing.
Because we're going about it and not killing them. I'm so proud of you
We do
guys.
this for you, Haas.
I'm
We do
so
this for you.
proud.
So
Yeah.
he takes this thing, he chews it and eats it or whatever, and then he's like, oh, whoa, man, this is crazy good. Where'd you get this?
I'm
Whoa,
like,
whoa,
it's
whoa.
great, isn't
That's
it?
not
And
what he says at all.
What does he say then?
That thing is coated in the psychoactive drug that we got from the torture chamber.
Oh, it's the pain enhancer.
Holy shit!
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Oh, no.
I leave the room. I leave the room. Get out of there.
I bring my fucking eye back in. I don't want him stepping on that shit.
And I transmit a message to Seamus's comlink saying, now is your chance.
Okay.
Get out of there.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna spend a plot point, and I will make this happen. So Seamus is like, okay. So he basically tries to fiddle with the lock on the door, and he gets it open, and we reveal Kanji.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Kanji, we gotta go. Someone's helping us. And he's just like wounded and just wheezing. He gets up. It's like, what's going on? He's like, never mind. Come on. And he just starts pulling him along. And he starts to guide him out the door while this weird commotion, this slapstick routine is starting to happen as they chase him. As Torch is fumbling around on the ground in pain, and the other guys are chasing after Smiley. And, and then LZT, what happens in your scene next while they're making their grand escape?
Oh, get your gun out. This is where we kill them. I lead them around the corner, and he just...
Alright, so Seamus and Kanji are sort of awkwardly making their way out. Getting past the, guy that's not actually experiencing real pain, but he feels it. Mr. Torch Finnegan. Seamus sort of runs by and acts like he's caring about this commotion that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But he's sort of
I'm directing Seamus to Shade's car, by the way. Telling him where it is, so he can get in. So he knows that's where he should run to. So he can be safe.
The thing is, he doesn't want to run past the guys that are now having a slapstick chase routine for Smiley. He decides, what if I go out the fire escape? So they decide to go out the fire escape.
Smart. Unlike us.
I'd like to spend a plot point.
You spend a plot point on doing what?
That exit towards the fire escape is completely boarded up.
So he gets up to it, and then he finds, Drek, it's boarded up.
I spend a plot point, and I say, duck! And I cast Lightning Bolt. And I blow the fire escape open for them.
You got some guys in front of you. Do you want to zap through them or something?
Sure.
Okay.
They can dodge. They can dodge. I trust.
I trust them.
You yell duck to everyone. Anyone who doesn't duck is an idiot.
No, I tell everyone, duck!
Okay,
I'm trying to keep them off the fire escape because it's fucking riggedy as shit.
Okay, so, Smiley, I'm going to make you roll the glitch die while you do that, spending one of my plot points to do so.
Sure. Got 3.
Okay, do your spell casting.
6.
And let's just roll 10d6. What happens? Okay, so you pretty much just zap arc between them, so it's like zap, and they hit the walls, and your zap bolt just goes right past Seamus and Kanji, and it zaps the board, and just like one of the nails plop out, making the board
Does it
just
catch on
fly.
fire?
Plot point, it catches on fire.
Glitch die.
It catches on fire.
That's ironic.
And they're like, oh shit, the board just like popped open and the door started catching on fire. So he just starts pulling the boards off and it starts to go through, but LZT, do you shoot them? It's your turn, LZT. Do you shoot them? Yes or no?
I mean, the 3 guys in the front, yeah.
Okay, use your firearms attack.
Oh my lord.
No, I don't. But I do hold up a giant fucking assault rifle and go,
Make an intimidation roll.
Is that one of your cues?
Everybody wishes it was. Alright, for all 3 guards, I rolled a 2.
My intimidation... Is that
Where's my-
rolled in some fucking thing?
Just roll firearms. Or intimidation, just intimidation.
I already clicked firearms.
Okay, whatever.
But that was without my specialization for automatics, because otherwise I'd have more dice. So it's a compromise. I go,
Here we go.
Ooh, music.
That came out loud.
Mm.
Alright, so you scare the shit out of them and they like drop their guns. And they're like, whoa.
I bend down and pick up my eye and put it back in. And it kind of spins around. and focuses in on him.
Okay.
Glows a little bit. Now, you boys be good. Go on back in there.
Alright, so I'm gonna resume my...
Actually, no, I don't say that. I point them towards the door that is right next to, between us here. This one.
Okay, they awkwardly file in as you point your guns at them very eerily and scarily.
Yes, and I close the door behind them, and I.
And then it
Click.
now goes to my turn. Seamus and Kanji
I-
are gonna.
Yeah.
Do you want to interrupt with a plot point?
No, I was gonna say though, I finish closing the door and say, "Boys, this way."
Oh, so you tell them to come back around?
No, yeah, the guy's trying to jump out the flaming hole in the wall to the rickety fire escape. Yes, I prefer they didn't do that. We're trying to save one of them. One guy I don't give a shit about. The other guy, yes.
Okay. Whatever. And then they just come after and follow you. Meanwhile, Finnegan had finally recovered from his thing, and he starts like traipsing around toward the outside. So he walks over.
I'm
Haas.
fucking gone.
Haas, would you like to spend a plot point to grab him while you see his AR floating in the room above you? And try to grab him.
I'm gonna try to grab everyone I can, even if that means I have to go through the brick.
Spend a plot point and then make a strength plus strength test.
You got it, boss. Strength plus strength. Submit.
Holy shit, that's a lot of dice.
That's only one of them.
Holy crap!
I got 20.
Death upon all who stand
Okay,
before.
You jack to the scene. What happens as Finnegan runs over you and you reach up to grab him? What happens?
Okay, so he's out the window at this point, trying to get away, or
This is Torch, and
Okay.
he was breathing on the ground, and now he's working his way toward the door, and you see his AR moving above you.
all right. I'm basically with both hands. I'm gonna like punch up through the ceiling, and I'm gonna grab his legs and then slap him on the floor like a wet blanket.
So he just fists pop out of the floor, grab his ankles, and he just goes, "What the?" And then just like flops on the ground, smashed into it.
Just trying
roll
to
your close combat.
just
I wanna
trying
see
to
how
knock
much-
him out. That's all.
I want to see how much hurt he takes. that's what
Don't
you
wait.
should.
I have a feature that will allow me to alter all of my close combat damage for stun.
Yeah,
It'll
I
have to go
think
through
that's
his armor
only when
anyway.
you actually deal the damage. I think they might have changed this for 5th edition, but
And
it used to be.
I get to free roll 3 extra dice because
You-
features,
You do.
which
Doesn't help.
doesn't help. Yeah, so 4.
All right. So when you pull him down, and he hits the ground with a like a thud, he takes a very mild concussion.
That's good. He's concussed and drugged.
That's good.
I'm curious though, how does that affect him with this pain enhancer?
Let's roll a glitch die and find out.
Oh shit! A concussion with a pain enhancer? I imagine hurts like a bitch.
Let's roll a glitch die.
Sure,
and
I
see
got
what
you.
happens.
I'll roll that. Glitch
Well, I was
die.
gonna,
Oh, you want to roll it? I mean, roll a have at thee.
I was gonna roll it. Yes.
Do it. Take it. Run with it. Exploit.
Oh. Okay, so so he hits the ground and he's just like, oh, and then he starts to fire up a spell, and not even knowing where you are, he just chucks it, and it lands somewhere in the back corner of the room. So now the room is starting to catch on fire, along with parts of other bits of the building, but he is just writhing around in pain. Oh. Do you get the heck out of there?
I mean, is it technically my turn?
I jacked your turn, I think. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right.
No, you jacked my turn, so now it's actually your turn. Go ahead.
All right. Let's see. So he's technically down on the 2nd floor now.
Yep, with you and mild concussion.
I'm going to slap him with a table. I'm just gonna like look around and see the little coffee table there, and as per the appropriate cue, I bet I could throw that. And I'm gonna heave a table at him, and then after I black him out, I'm gonna go put out the fire.
So you knock him out, and you go try to put the fire out. Roll glitch die.
Yeah, okay. I got you this time. I see you, glitch.
Oh, ooh! You get an exploit on the fire.
Sure. So I charge over to the flame, and I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I don't see any blankets. I don't see any like potting soil. So I do the one thing that I can think of, like, what puts out fire? You know, I gotta go with water. So I reach over to the sink and I tear off the aluminum topper and aim the pipe directly at the flames. I'm just gonna like helping it, just batting at the water, trying to guide it over to the flames.
Don't you know? Never use water for a kitchen fire. Turns out it was grease that was on fire.
Don't you just have like some kitty litter you can throw on it or something?
I'll spend all the appropriate time needed in order for me to put out this fire. I don't want to risk others' lives.
I think Haas is dedicated enough that he doesn't have pocket sand.
Hold on. You don't want to risk others' lives, but you had no problem throwing a guy out the window.
2 mattresses.
Yeah, I was gonna say there were mattresses down.
Besides, he started hitting me. Racist old bastard.
He just didn't want somebody climbing on his building.
Well,
all right. So you put out the fire, and I'm going to spin the plot point, but you don't know about the fire upstairs, which is starting to sort of catch on. You don't notice it, but it's starting to catch up a little bit upstairs.
okay.
Keeps on growing.
I'm gonna pull up my my comm and ask if the job's done.
You got them. They're following you.
Exfiltrating now.
Seems like it.
What are the odds that I would smell smoke outside of this immediate, like this
Perception.
this flame? I gotta find out where that is.
It's the little eyeball symbol.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that thing.
Just call the fire department, right?
You don't notice the fire.
Okay. All right. Then I will. Well, you know, I'll get all my shit. I'll just walk out. Job well done.
All right, you walk out of there. Walk out of there like a measly big old troll. All right, and you guys make your wacky escape with Seamus in tow, just kind of carrying and huddling over and sort of bodyguard watching Kanji as you run.
I want to do something.
Okay.
I'd like to spend a plot point. On my way out, knowing that he's still alive, that he's just been blacked out, I'm gonna grab Torch's hands and crush them.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay. You crushed his hands.
Just
you
one quick
monster.
pinch on both of the hands to break the fingers.
He's writhing around in pain, and more pain than he's already in.
And on my way out, I'm gonna mutter, "You don't hurt people that don't deserve it."
And I'm guessing that's one of your cues?
Nope.
Oh, really? That's just a regular one-liner? Oh,
Yep.
Cool. I like that.
That's something his mama taught him.
That's right.
All right, you guys got out of there in this really wacky series of events.
Yeah.
I made a
Okay,
new drug.
you made up a new drug called Kiss. Wonderful.
I thought you were literally just giving him like candy, like lint-covered candy.
I was until somebody plot pointed it.
You like that? We actually had this drug on standby. You never know when you need it.
Oh man.
All right.
Wow. Just wow.
So we just got to wrap it up, guys. But y'all make your way out to the van. Do you let Seamus join you?
I mean, we've got to take him back.
Yeah.
Shapes we don't care about. It's Kanji we want.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, sure.
We gotta take them both for now.
Yeah.
We don't have to deliver him to the boss. But You know, he's Irish. Bostonians look out for each other. You got that, Hoss? You. Plot point. John.
I like how many cues up to this point that aren't my own that are directly to me.
All right. You guys hop in your van and get the heck out of there, despite the fact that there's a pillar of smoke coming out of the upper floors of the building that you notice on your way out and driving away.
I'll use the cyber deck of that other guy that I hacked into to call security, or to call the fire department.
Okay, you
I am sure that they will take care of it. I'm sure that they will love to put out the fire in the correct house.
Sure, okay, why not? We'll assume the best. All right.
I'll spend the plot points so that happens.
the Redmond fire department, consisting of guys with like some squirt guns, might as well be.
It's just a bunch of trolls with big buckets of water.
Yeah.
Instead of regular, they got like rain barrels just chucking.
Okay, so that's probably what happened. No, plot point dictates that is what happens. A troll fire department full of buckets of water comes up there and puts the fire out sometime later. But y'all make your getaway.
The VFD.
Save the drugs! Save the drugs!
That's oh boy.
And that is where we will leave off our Shadowrun Anarchy session.
Man.
Congratulations, guys. You experienced
Anarchy!
You experienced the anarchy. Congratulations.
That was fun.
It was great.
Wow, is all I have to say.
I feel like this should work as a system of government, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. So, yeah, you guys are making your getaway, and that's all that happens. And next week, we will resume 5th edition.
Oh, do we have to?
I almost said the same thing.
I like the cues and the dispositions. I like
It's
that.
so the cues make it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was fun. As much as I love this system, the campaign wasn't fully compatible, like built from the ground up for this. If you guys actually played encounters that are in this book the way it's meant to be played, it's
Hell no.
even better.
It's meant to be played.
better.
It is
Oh,
meant to
yeah.
be played this way. This is role playing at its finest, where everyone
Wacky and wild.
everyone is sitting around the
Wacky and
table.
wild.
We're existing in a system, and everyone is having fun. That's how role play is done. And I
Yes.
feel like tonight was like a prime example of it. I would even go as far as saying that the rules light system actually saved it squandered some of my own opinions of the system. Like I was having doubts about it, but Anarchy was just good.
Yeah.
It was just
was
good.
great.
Like you laughed a lot, pretty much all the way through it. You didn't feel like you were ever overburdened the entire time, because normally you're like, I don't know.
I feel like it was more. I feel like it was more. Okay, let's just enjoy it and go with a lighthearted story more than okay. Let's see what the rules say about this.
Can you imagine if I had walked in there, bubblegum, and tried to sell it in the other system?
You would have been shot immediately.
It could have worked.
It
could have worked.
You just would have been.
I would have been shot
immediately.
more likely.
Yeah. But it would have taken like 30 minutes for you to be
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah. Yes, it would have. It would have taken 30 minutes for you to be shot.
But yeah, no, this is great, and like the fact that we all just were able to kind of tell our own story, and I don't think any of us took any of it like too far. Like I don't think that we pushed some boundaries a little bit. We got a little further. We certainly took the plot further than like Misfortune had ever intended. But like, I don't think that we like abused that power either to make ourselves like overpowered and just like win immediately. Like it was all like all of us wanted this to be like, we just want to have creative ways to do things and not when we're not bound by like such a strict system.
I think
the way that the queue system actually works, the queue system's awesome, but like the plot points, I almost don't think they're very good to utilize for yourself. Someone was saying in chat, like, you are doing the right thing with plot points by elevating your teammates. And like those moments when I was like, oh, that would be so fucking cool. I can do that. This happens instead. And you were like, yes, like we're setting each other up for success.
Yes, and that's the rule cover plot points.
And yeah, that's right. It was so good. And plus, like, I think the one thing that made it the most interesting for me is that we didn't really deviate too far away from the theme of Shadowrun, right? Like, we still maintained the whole genre, which felt good. I mean, I think you could apply this to any system, but I feel like it works exceptionally well when you're really dunked into the theme of Shadowrun. Yeah.
Agreed.
We're gonna raise it up. Haas gives solid 10 out of 10 chrome fingers.
10 out of 10 chrome
Yep.
fingers.
Even though Shade is trying to fucking throw him under the bus and make him kill people.
No, I'm not trying to throw him under the bus. I'm just trying to make him into a Shadowrunner the hard way.
Yeah, well, luckily I could think on my feet.
Yeah, luckily. Yeah. Before that guy landed on his neck.
That's right. The only thing
And
you
on
hear
his
from
neck
the
on a
bottom is,
mattress.
my leg! Like, that's it. That's all you hear as he lands on the mattress.
My leg!
Oh, that was good. Would I be interested in playing that again? Hell yeah! That would be way fun. Am I still stoked to give 5th edition its due diligence? Oh, man. Yes and no. Yes and no.
I don't blame you.
It's harsh. It's really, really harsh, and it's if you don't have familiarity with ways to manipulate the system in your favor, or you lack the skill set, you're pretty much SOL. So, luckily, I think we've got a pretty well-rounded group. I could be totally wrong running 2 Street Samurais, even though we're 2 totally different people. But yeah, it was good. Let's go ahead and get everybody's information. We'll start with Shade, aka LZT. Tell me about you. Where can I find you? What have you been doing?
My name is LimaZuluTango, also known as Shade, or LZT here. I play Warframe a lot, because it's a really good game. So yeah, that's what I do. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter at LimaZuluTango. It's a weird name, but it's in chat right there. Thanks for hanging out. I'll get him one day. I'm gonna turn that Haas into a cold-blooded killer.
Heart of gold, my dude. Heart of gold. Not happening. Chord, Speedy, tell us about you. Where can we find you? What you been doing?
Hello. You can find me everywhere as NotSoSpeedRuns on Twitch and Twitter, whatever. I play a lot of indie games. Eventually, I'll be doing some more tabletop. We just finished up our City of Mist campaign. We had to cut it short, unfortunately, due to just people not being able to make it very often. I also organize a community called Cast Together of streamers for mental health. We're currently working on organizing a charity team and a charity stream, so we're going to have a 24-hour stream on between September 8th and 9th in honor of World Suicide Prevention Day, which is on the 10th. We're doing it on the weekend though, and all leading up to that and after that, from September 6th to 16th, for all that 10 days, we're going to be having a charity team event where we're trying to raise over $2,000 to write Love on Her Arms, which is a fantastic charity dealing with helping people who are struggling with addiction and mental illness and thoughts of suicide, and really doing what they can to give them help. So we're trying to do our best to do that. So if you want to get involved and help support that, definitely go check out @CastTogether on Twitter, and follow Cast Together on Twitch as well, because that's where the 24-hour stream will be. And yeah, keep up with all those things. Thank you so much, Bub. And Misfortune,
right
of course.
No problems. Smiley, as played by OnTheForeFront. Tell me about you. Who are you? Where can I find you? What you been doing?
Absolutely. I am 4, and this is Tom Nook. We're here to tell you that On the Forefront is a place where we sometimes play role-playing games and Monster Hunter. because Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate comes out tomorrow, and I already have sunk 102 hours into Monster. I'm going to die. Also, I play Mouse Guard. Also, I'm going to do some stuff on Roll20 that is also Mouse Guard related. And also, September 2nd is Encounter Roleplay's anniversary. I'll be running Mouse Guard there. It'll be fun. Also, on weekends, I do a podcast called Queers and Quaggots. We look at the monster manual of D&D 5th edition, and we make it very, very gay and representative of all sorts of magical sexuality and identity of gender. You can tune into that, and we'll be putting the podcast up very soon because we finally were able to record episodes again. I'm very awesome and fun, and I am so happy to be here.
Clearly not humble, but good
Tom
on you.
Nook is not a monster.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Smiley.
I'll be on that Encounter Roleplay stream too. By the way.
That's right, you will. I'll be playing with you.
Yeah, I'll be jamming some blades. I'll be playing in like 2 other games as well. And yeah, you can see Four and I playing a game together. You can see me jamming for him.
Woo!
Good.
I've been wanting that for so long.
And we got to see a sampling of it right here.
No,
That's true.
Yeah.
very cool. And Misfortune. The
Ladies
monster,
and gentlemen,
the
I am
dungeon
Misfortune. I am the game monster, the game horrible runner of things. Some sort of terrible title. I'm the game terrorist, is what I am. So, I'm Misfortune. I am just a guy who got invited to run some Shadowrun for y'all. I hope you enjoyed that. That was definitely a lot of fun, playing some Anarchy. I'll be here, at least for the next however many few weeks we take until we finish our little mini campaign. After that, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. But quick shout-outs. I want to give some love to my man Oscor for running Anarchy for me, that I got to really experience it and try it out and be like, damn, this is a lot of fun. I want to show it to the guys. And so we did. So if you guys want to see his own take of Shadowrun Anarchy, like you saw here, except he does it more of an improv method of doing things, where he takes suggestions from the audience and turns them into Shadowrun Anarchy runs. I don't know how he does it, but he just does. He is over on the Shadowcasters Network every Monday, concurrently with our show. I think he's still going on right now.
He is.
Know.
We're actually going to rate him following these messages.
But yeah, much love to my man Oscor for what he's doing for Shadowrun and Shadowrun Anarchy and whatever those guys are doing. Without them and some of the stuff they do, I would not be here. So God bless them for making Shadowrun so awesome.
All right. And, well, most of you guys know me. If you don't, I'm Bub, the Bubbernaut, and I do tabletop stuff on this channel. Sometimes I play games. Sometimes I don't. But I'm here. And if you like me, then hit the follow button. Come back and see me anytime. We do lots of tabletop, plenty of Pathfinder. Going to be introducing some Pokemon tabletop. Going to be doing Kids on Bikes. Hopefully I can convince someone lovely to do Blades on this channel again. I would like to re-add that to my repertoire, because Blades is probably the most fun I've ever had playing in a tabletop game. And Saturdays I do Roll For It. I'm playing Ollie the Butcher Hopkins, an ex-boxer turned Nosferatu vampire. So you can see me there Saturday at 1 p.m. EST playing Vampire the Masquerade. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Who knows what we're doing? We'll figure it out. Thank you guys for absolutely everything. Thank you all of my friends, my players here, co-players if you will, and Misfortune for tonight's experience. It was dope. I look forward to hopefully getting more of this in my future. Tonight was fun.
It was fun. And you guys all have an awesome night, and you stay frosty, chummers, and remember, nothing personal.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
I thought I was going to get away. But
Never.
Not on this night.
Next time, end it quicker.
Bub.
End me.
Hurry, Misfortune is in the bathroom. Hurry, close the stream.
End me, please.